Frank Ragnow, 4-time Pro Bowler, Detroit Lions, has retired at the age of 29.
That's wild.
Do you see the quotes?
Uh-uh.
He said, "These past couple of months have been very trying as I've come to the realization that my football journey is ending and I'm officially retiring from the NFL." Posted this on Instagram. "I've tried to convince myself that I'm feeling good, but I'm not. And it's time to prioritize my health and my family's future. I have given this team everything I have, and I thought I had more to give, but the reality is I simply don't." This is a 29-year-old man who says, "I can't put my body through this anymore."
Mm-hmm.
We've sort of gotten away from the football stuff is really dangerous conversations.
Yeah.
Like, we used to talk about concussions all the time.
We did, yep.
And I don't mean just us. I mean, just like these were real What we don't really talk about this stuff anymore, do we? I guess whenever Tua gets popped.
I think that whole situation made everyone be like, well, I guess this is just, it is what it is.
The Tua thing was interesting because it was like the whole world saying, man, you can't keep playing. Mm-hmm. And he's like,
no, I'm going to keep playing.
I understand the risk. I understand. You're not telling me anything I don't know, but I want to do this. And if I pay a long-term price for it, then that'll be the price I pay. Mm-hmm. Don't talk to me like I don't know what I'm doing. Tell me you wouldn't do what I'm doing. But don't tell me I don't understand. I do understand. I'm doing what I want to do. Okay. And here's somebody quite literally making the opposite decision. He's saying, and really nobody was out there telling Frank you need to retire.
Right. 29, like this.
Yeah. Nobody was saying you're at risk of long-term. He was just like, this hurts. And I don't want to do this to my body anymore. And I need to prioritize my family. I don't need to put myself through this. I like, you get around 50-year-old football players, and a lot of them walk around like they're 65.
Yeah.
You get around 65-year-old football players, they walk around like they're 80. And I don't know how many 80-year-old football players you see. It does take a toll on you. Like, wrestling also takes a toll on, like, old wrestlers, man.
Oh, man. There was a video that someone posted of, like, some of the old guys that were at some, convention, and it was all of them walking in, and just every one of them to a T had some kind of like limp or had a cane, or they take a beating. Yep.
I was on a flight from Chicago, or maybe to Chicago, several years ago, with a Hall of Fame football player. Like, I recognized him. He was literally sitting next to me on the plane, and I can't get his name right now. I want to say it's Kevin something.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Mawai?
He was a pass rusher.
No.
I want to say played for the Packers, and God, I remember him. He had blonde hair.
Clay Matthews?
No, I want to say it was Kevin something. He's passed recently of a heart attack. He died subsequent to this flight, obviously. But I recognized him, but couldn't quite place who he was. And then people started asking for autographs and stuff on the plane. And this is the point. Plane landed, and we're getting off the plane. And so now we're just walking through the airport. The chat's got it right. Roser's got it right. Kevin Green.
There you go.
I was on the plane with Kevin Green. And we're just walking through the airport. And he could not walk. And it was just like, this is not an old man. Mm-hmm. And he could barely move. His body had taken such a beating. He died at 58 in 2020. Jeez. I guess I would have probably seen him a few years before that. Because I remember when he died thinking, I was just on a plane with him a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. So let's say I saw him at 56. I'm 48.
Yeah,
I'm talking about this guy. He did not need a wheelchair. I don't want to overstate it. Because you see that a lot of time at airports.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But he had real trouble just walking through the airport. And that was the byproduct of just being a former football player. Mm-hmm. Somebody whose body took that beating. So Frank Ragnow was just like, I don't want to end up like that. I can walk away now. And I do think we'll see more of this.
Yeah.
Because the money's so massive now. You can make all your money before you're 30. Or make a lot of money before you're 30 and then just get out of it. Not everybody's wired that way. Some people want to compete. Like Tua clearly just wants to play football. Just loves playing football. But Andrew Luck
just
said, I don't want to do this anymore. And Frank Ragnow, like, I don't want to do this anymore. You see it sometimes in other sports, but it's never for these reasons. Even in basketball, once somebody's body is taking a beating, they don't typically walk away. We tell them you can't play anymore, and we send them away.
Right.
They don't just say, I can't do this anymore, or I don't want to do this anymore. In baseball, can you imagine a 29-year-old baseball player just saying, I don't want to put my body through this anymore? Your body
people would call them out.
Your body might go through
Yeah.
so much that you can't do the job anymore, but you don't just walk around because of your long-term health. You don't do that in baseball. You don't do that in basketball, with few exceptions. But you do it in football. Like, this is an annual story. Somebody young and somebody who could still do the job says, I don't want to do the job anymore because of the toll it takes either on my brain or my body or some combination of the two. So that's your big NFL headline from the past 24 hours. And I'm not going to sit up here and pretend to talk about what it does to the Lions offensive line, but I did.
Oh, it's not good.
But Mina Kimes talked
Yeah.
about it on TV, and she was like, "This is tough. This is a big deal." She called it massive. Massive
he's one of their
development.
best players, for
He
sure.
is one of their best players, and now they have a hole to fill.
Yeah.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m.